making frames in a hurry so I can get these into my swim. So what I do is I take these two sidebars, hold them together, give it just a bit of glue, rub it all over. Take one sidebar, align it, take the other sidebar, align it, quick check for square. Not like it'll stay, but it tells me if it's really off or not. Okay, now I'm going to take one of these. This is just how I do it. It might be the wrong way, but take one of these and set it in the top groove and get a little glue here. Not a ton, just a little glue here. Not a ton, just a little. Take one of these little things. Kind of drop it on and drop this on, sort of. Do a little wiggle till it's feels like it's in the till it's seated, and smash it down. Way to double check. Square here, square there. Good to go. Only 10 more to go, right? Two of these together. This is just so I can only squirt glue in one. On both of these at the same time. That makes my life easier. Seat it. Seat it. Quick check for square. Not that it's going to matter much. Check for square. Guess I'll get the glue on here before I put the boards on. Just a little bit there. A little bit there. I'll go back in and nail these. I'm just getting them assembled for the minute. I've got really good sound effects. It's not that difficult. Got a little glue coming out of there. That's sloppy. Drop that in a bit. Drop that in a little bit more. And then it's going to drop. Smash. Squarish. Just two. Got to move along because guess what? I've got a swarm in my willow tree. They're just settling. So I put an empty deep in the back. So maybe they'll, just in case they decide to settle there, they probably won't. I'll have to go catch them and drop them in there. I'll be a little more deliberate and thoughtful about it this time and drop them in there with a frame or two of brood. Probably from the hive they swarmed from. Something to be said for having this stuff pre-assembled, ready to go. I guess I should have known better. Drop this in there. Get this somewhat started over here. Somewhat started. Started somewhat over there. A little further down. So it starts touching the insert. Get the insert to drop into that little groove. Then smash down, smash down. Squarish. It's 3 down. Same thing here. Settle that. Get that. Not too much glue, I suppose. Drop those into the slot. Situate that a bit. Situate that a bit. So they're both touching. And get them dropping that slot down. Not quite. It's not a very good square, but. I guess we can address that when we go to nail them in. Moving right along. It's not the best assembly line in the world. But it gets done. We want to get the glue in there first. See, I stopped my... By the time I get a good routine, I'll be done. It's probably a little too much glue on that one, but so be it. Drop that down into the slot. Check for square. Not great. All right, halfway through. Nothing like working under pressure. It's the terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching my good bees scream and let me out. Well, David Bowie, Queen reference, because it's a great artist. You see, I put the insert in before I put the glue in. I'm all over the place for its process. Nevertheless, we do get done. Get that close to in. I'm trying to get into the slot, bottom slot. Another check for square. square. Not like I'd be able to do much about it. It's not perfectly square. You're walking the dogs at about 11 earlier, and I walked outside and I told my wife, oh, this is swarmy weather. And lo and behold, I was correct. I guess the best way I could describe it, but it's a lot of experience on the swarms I've had. It's a little bit overcast, kind of muggy, but the sun has been out a bit. It's usually midday. And I'd say most of the time they end up going to my willow tree in the front yard, which is kind of wonderful, although this time they're really high. So my bucket swarm catcher is going to be challenged. I'll have to probably get onto a ladder. Won't that be dangerous? What could go wrong? Square-ish. 3 more. Moving on, moving on. My wife's contribution to this effort was clearing the nozzle and the wood glue, which was necessary. There's too much glue in this. Two more. Then we'll get the nails going. I'm not sure if everyone uses wood glue in addition to the nails. I suspect not, because it's another step. Bit more effort, but I want these frames to last a little while for me. I like to get three to 4 years out of them. I think get 3 good years out of them, you're solid. Then you move them on to just other uses like swarm traps, swarm lures, etc. No, that one's not good. Okay, let's get these in there. Get them in that bottom slot. Smash them down. Quick check for square. That may not be there. Last one. So what I'll do with this one is, I think I've already said this, but I'll put 7 or 8, maybe 9 of these into the, assuming I catch them, into the new deep, and then put a frame, maybe 2 frames of brood into it as well. We'll see. I might not even catch them. Damned if I won't make the effort, though. Down there. Make sure it's in the slot. Guess it is. Smash it down. Okay, now we're going to, well, besides making a lot of noise, put some nails in. Top board. The trick here is just to do it without splitting the board. Or whatever the hell I just did. Whatever. This is a new brand for me. Usually I buy I bought in the past the Man Lake kits. Those are fine. And I bought this other one from this other company, I can't recall. Premier Bee Products, something like that. They had a nice sale on wax dipped hive kits. I really like those. But this is a brand from Hoover, and I like them, but their boards seem to split a lot, even putting the deeps together. And that is somewhat annoying. It could be easier. I just think the wood's soft. Yarn everywhere. See how those things split? Not sure I'll buy this Hoover brand again. I think I'm slower putting these 4 nails in than I am assembling the full frame. moving along so slowly. This wood is garbage. I'm not sure how long the swarm will stay settled. What happens when the swarm settles in the willow tree is then they have scouts go out, try to find a new place to live, and they come back and kind of they have a decision-making process. Figure out where to go. I want to get them before they're well into that decision-making process. I've seen them stay there for hours, but I don't want to assume that. I'm generally of the mind just to take them out once they settle, once they've settled in. This is not, it's not in fully seated. Last frame. So we're going to get these frames all out into that deep, minus a few. And then we'll light my smoker and go do the fun thing. Assuming they haven't left yet. Sometimes they just do what they're going to do. It's a commercial lid, which I've never used before, but I got a couple just to have in case I needed to try them out. So what we'll do, I don't think I'll put more than 2 frames of brood in. So I'll leave that slot open there. And then I'll set these two up here because I'm probably going to use these guys as a donor hive. So I need to put the blanks in there. And I'm going to put the lid back on here, just in case they decide to check it out and come move in. I doubt they will, but it's happened. And you can see the bees are way up there in the willow tree. Stop recording. Stop recording.